Assalamu alaikum class, hope so you are all fine. Today we are going to start the topic Ijma, consensus of scholarly opinion. It is the third source of Islamic law. The word Ijma literally meaning agreeing upon or uniting in opinion. It refers to be consensus reached by the Muslim scholar on some matter about which detailed answer in Quran and the Sunnah is unavailable as such. The word Ijma appears in the letter written by Umar to a judge. Umar directed him to pronounce judgment according to what had been agreed upon by the people in case he failed to discover a ruling in the Quran and the Sunnah. Thus, all hypothetical questions were converted to practical experience. There are a number of examples of Ijma. The first one is about test tube babies. A typical test tube baby or genetic engineering, which did not exist at the time of the Holy Prophet. These pose certain questions that needed practical solution. The next example is about the share of grandfather inheritance on the death of an orphan grandson. You can check from the Quran, Surah number 2, verse number 180. It is prescribed when death approaches any of you, if he leaves any goods, he should make a bequest to parents and next of kin. Now grandfather is not mentioned in this word, but it was agreed by Ijma that he would take the father's place. Next example is about the prohibition of marriage with grandmother or granddaughter. Reference number 4, Surah 23 verse. No prohibition to you in marriage are your mother's, daughter's, sister. Grandfather and grandmother in this verse is not mentioned, but it was agreed that they too are enlisted in the same. The last example is about election of Abu Bakr as first caliph. And obey God and obey the messenger and those charged with authority among you. And the reference of this verse is 4 and 59. 4 Surah 59 verse. On Prophet that the companion agreed there should be a successor. Successor means caliph to the Prophet to act as an authority for Muslim. Eventually most of them agreed on the choice of Abu Bakr, and Abu Bakr was elected as the first caliph of Islam after the death of the Holy Prophet. Now we will discuss the types of Ijma. Ijma, the first one is Ijma of the companions. This is consensus of opinion done by the companions of the Holy Prophet. Now here is the example. A person who is a companion can amend the decision of another companion. None can match the companion of the Holy Prophet in their comprehension and command over Islamic injunctions. Other example is about the addition of the second azan in the Juma prayer. The last one is another example of the companion Ijma is offering of Tarawih prayer in 20 rakat, compilation of Quran in one manuscript, and the election of the caliph as we have discussed earlier. Now the next type is Ijma of the Imams. As we know, we have 4 Imams: Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Shafi'i, Imam Malik, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal. These all are the elite of the scholars of the Ummah. Their grasp over the theology was the best after the companion. Now we will discuss the example of Ijma of the Imams. If a man is imprisoned for a long period of time, should not the wife be allowed to divorce him or remarry? How long should that period be? There are many other issues have been attended through the Ijma by the famous scholar of Islam of the present day in the light of Ijma by the Imams. The next example is about the Ijma of the scholars. The member of a local Muslim community may also conduct Ijma on the issue that pertain to them as individual. Here is the example of contract marriage. Example of this include the permission to a contact marriage ceremony through the telephone and prayer timing for those living in the North and South Pole. This form of ijma is not binding on all the Muslims, and it could be revised or changed according to the demand of time and circumstances. The last one is ijma of the local Muslim community, that is also called the mashwara. The member of a local Muslim community may also conduct ijma on the issue that pertain to them as individual. For example, the timing for salah are specified in the sunnah, but the exact time of congregational prayer may be decided by the local community of any area differently. For example, the time for salah may be fixed by the local community, though it must be within the time range specified by the Holy Prophet. This form of ijma is not binding on all the Muslims and is changeable according to local condition. I hope you will understand my lecture. Now the question is here: describe the role of ijma in formulating Islamic law.